INFJs are truly extraordinary people in your life because they're the rarest type of MBTI. With a blend of idealism and action, as well as emotion and logic, they approach life with a genuine concern for the welfare of others, producing highly empathetic and results-oriented individuals. So let's know more about them and know why they're undefeated. INFJs being undefeated. INFJs are motivated by their beliefs and principles. Being aware of their impulses helps them to drive growth and transformation. They want the world to be better and are always finding new ways to help. INFJs thrive at doing things that combine their need for creativity with their desire to make a positive difference in the world. INFJs are often high achievers who excel both at school and work. They tend to be perfectionists and put a lot of effort into their work. There is no doubt that although they constitute a small percentage of the population, they are irresistible. Each personality type is unique in its way, but in this video, we'll take a look at 8 ways the INFJ remains undefeated against other personality types. Introverted and people-oriented. The dominant feature of INFJs is introverted intuition, which means they focus primarily on their inner world of ideas. But their helpful function is an extroverted sentiment, which gives them focus on other people. In his book, What's Your Career Type?, psychologist Donna Dunning refers to INFJs as loving sight, because they have a value focus that emphasizes people's needs and feelings. This contradiction means INFJs are torn between their need to socialize and their need for time to think. INFJs tend to be very focused on their inner insight. Once they develop an intuition about something, the INFJ tends to hold it very tightly, often to a focal point. INFJs are sometimes seen as stubborn and unyielding. INFJs are very aware of how others are feeling, but are sometimes less aware of their own emotions. INFJs sometimes have a hard time refusing other people's requests. They're so in tune with how other people feel that they're afraid of causing disappointment or hurt feelings. INFJs make decisions based on the ideas and theories they form based on their insights. INFJs primarily rely on their introverted intuition and extroverted sentiments to make decisions, especially when around other people. On the other hand, people with this personality type are more likely to rely on their introverted thinking. In stressful situations, the INFJ may try to rely on emotions to make decisions, especially when it comes to pleasing others. In less stressful situations, INFJs are more likely to rely on their intuition. Crave Connections. Unlike many other types, INFJs need more than just a company. The night of chatting is the night of hell. What INFJs need from their interactions is a meaningful connection. They want to know other people, their passions, desires, and motives, and they want others to know them. But the process is tiring because we're always looking for a level of intimacy that other people don't often share. Their intuition is introspective, meaning their minds make many mental connections and see patterns and trends even when they're not aware of them. It helps INFJs come up with new ideas and solutions to problems simply by trusting their hunches about what holds in the real world because they're usually right. For INFJs, quality matters, not quantity. Stand up for others. INFJs are passionate about helping people, so much so that they can take charge of every area of their lives, including their relationships with friends, coworkers, and love. But it's very easy for the sensitive type to give in too much and put the needs of others above their own. Have you ever noticed how you stand up for the rights of others while fighting to defend yourself? That's the paradox. You need to set clear limits on how much you will give, and remember to keep some of that compassion to yourself. INFJs do a great job anticipating risks. They make decisions and therefore have to minimize risk as much as possible. Fortunately, they're good risk assessors, which means they don't underestimate big changes or overestimate small risks. It helps them take enough risks to move forward and innovate, but they don't take every opportunity that could become the next horror story in the news. Creative and rational. The combination of introversion, sensitivity, and empathy in an INFJ creates a person who absorbs a lot of information from the world and the people around him. INFJs are constantly processing this constant stream of details, so they need a way to release all that energy and express what they're learning in a meaningful and creative way. INFJs are a rare personality type, which is sad because they're always looking for ways to help the greater good. They want to see how their work makes a difference and changes the lives of others, which is why this personality type is also often referred to as a counselor or confidant. Because INFJs create an environment that encourages sharing and can help others through difficult times by listening and offering advice, they encourage others to change for the better wherever they can. INFJs have a strong desire to be heard. Ever since I started digital training, I've had goosebumps when one of my clients told me they took my advice and it worked. I like to give advice, but only to those I trust, share what I've learned, and then see my lessons applied to others. If you're an INFJ, chances are you're addicted to that feeling too. This is certainly one of the best addictions if you want to be successful. Big picture thinkers. The INFJ's mind is always busy understanding information, finding patterns, forming theories, and generating ideas. As intuitive, INFJs focus on the big picture. They like information that is abstract, conceptual, and forward-looking. They see opportunity everywhere and are fascinated by the way the various elements can connect. But they also care about the details of their vision and work hard to get it right, whether that's writing a song or preparing a presentation. However, sometimes they're so fixated on the details of their ideas that they forget the details of everyday life. As a result, INFJs can spend hours fiddling with sentences and forgetting to pay the utility bill. There's something about INFJs that allows them to subconsciously pick up symbols, signs, and strengths in the workplace. So when it's time to instinctively decide what to do, they've already made the decision without even realizing it. Their intuition tells them what to do, trust these signs, and good for them, they listen. A rather unfortunate side effect of this trait is that they often feel excluded from the corporate world because they're always trying to follow their heart. Quiet and passionate. In his book Creativity, The Psychology of Discovery and Invention, psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi describes 10 contrasting traits of creative people, many of which can be applied to creative INFJs themselves. One of them is the tendency of creative types to be energetic and needs a lot of rest. INFJs often come across as quiet, shy, and introverted individuals, but beneath that introverted exterior lies a gently bubbling cauldron of ideas and desires. INFJs are always thinking about their next project and have a burning enthusiasm for a cause they care deeply about. While their commitment to the common good combined with their spongy ability to absorb information provides them with a wonderful source of energy, it also means they need long periods of rest to reflect and recharge. Even though they don't like being around people, INFJs form much deeper relationships than most of their peers, being very picky about choosing friends and partners to make sure to get to know someone. Once they find someone as reliable and trustworthy as themselves, they form a strong bond that usually lasts a lifetime. As the old Scout saying goes, make new friends but keep the old ones. Conservative. Despite the stereotypical image of a rebellious artist, INFJs seem to be very creative people because they embrace tradition and the new. According to Csikszentmihalyi, it'll be difficult to be creative without respecting the past, but it's also important to take risks and try new things. It's often said that INFJs find it hard to stand out from the crowd because they try to blend in and look like other people. But they're quiet rebels, always working behind the scenes to change the status quo, creating art that makes people think, and using their empathy, compassion, and vision to make the world a better place. INFJs are unique for many reasons, not just because they're rare. They're also quiet and sensitive people who are full of contradictions and can seem like several different people even to those who have known them for years. But integrity has always been at the core of INFJs as they work calmly, methodically, passionately, and creatively to express themselves and bring people and ideas together. 1% of the world's total population are INFJs. Since 1.5% of all women and 0.5% of all men are INFJs, this is the rarest personality type. Does this mean they dare to face the odds in everything? And isn't that what the most successful people in the world do? So that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe for more. Also, share your thoughts about the INFJs in the comment section below.